Hello and welcome to Odd Sock Comics. This is my new comic book day haul for Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. And again, this week I was traveling. I've been doing a lot of traveling, so I'm a little bit late, but I've been able to catch up on all my books, and I got a couple of things while I was traveling. Well, I got one thing while I was traveling, which is this book that's right in front of us. So this is King Size Annual number 16 from The Amazing Spider-Man. This is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau. I picked up a copy of this a couple weeks ago at a flea market locally here, but I found it at a shop where I was traveling. I was up in Milwaukee, and they had just purchased it and were just getting ready to put it into their bins or put it on their shelf. I asked them how much it was, and they said $15, and I said, I'll take it. And then I was chatting with the store owner, and he said, I'll only charge you $10 for it. So I got this book for $10, and it's a good one. This one's in pretty good condition. I'm not even close to a good grader, so I'm not going to pretend to know what this would get. But it looks good. I'm happy with it. There's a couple of, are there even spine ticks? No, it's pretty clean. But I've got this book. I already have it, and so I was thinking that this one might be a book that I'm going to use for a giveaway. It's worth more than $10. That's what I paid for it, which is a good way to turn around and give back to the community, especially for people that are interested in more key comics and some older stuff. This is kind of the era that I love. This is from 1982. These are the characters that came about the time that I was born. This is a little bit older than me, but came out about the time I was born. They were the characters that were around when I was a kid. So these are the very interesting. The Bronze Age is probably the key age for me. But anyway, I picked up this book, and I think about probably next week I'll start my next giveaway, and I'm thinking this is going to be the book that goes. All right, so on to the books for the week. Now, my favorite book this week was probably The Immortal Hulk, number 16. So The Immortal Hulk has been off and on for me, but I really liked this issue. It was good storytelling. There's a good twist at the end that drives me into wanting the next issue to see what's going. It was good development through and through. So for me, this was the one that really sucked me in the most of all of the books that I read. I know that most people are either picking up The Immortal Hulk or have at least heard of it. It's definitely a good story. I don't know Al Ewing. I don't know what else he's done, but man, he's a good writer. So very, very happy with running The Immortal Hulk. I started getting into it about issue 9 or 10, and I went back and purchased the earlier books at that point. And I still don't have a first copy of number 1. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. But I did get a first copy of number 2 for a fairly reasonable price. And that one's now shot up to, over $50. I don't know what it actually is, but I'm glad that I got it when I did, because it's a good book. All right, next up, probably my next favorite as well, is Conan the Barbarian, number 5. This was a lot more narrative. It's not so much dialogue, but there was a lot of action, a lot of fun stuff going on. I really do like just the violence and the chaos that's going on. There's a little bit of, Lovecraftian horror going on in this one. It was pretty cool. So I enjoyed Conan. I have enjoyed every issue of this book so far. And to my surprise, this was not one that I thought I would like. So it's a fun one. I'm just enjoying Conan. Hoping I think it'd be cool to see Arnold Schwarzenegger do Conan again. That would be something interesting. But good book, a lot of fun. Okay, next up I have Green Lantern number 6, and this is the Perillo B variant. And I gotta say, it's a great cover. It's a good Green Lantern. It's just looking mean and mad. So I read this, and it's good. It's kind of tying back to what started this whole run. So we're 6 issues in, and I still don't know enough about Green Lantern to really understand this story, but it's been interesting enough, and keeps me going. And man, the art is awesome. The Liam Sharp is fantastic, and when you get covers like this and the Matina covers from earlier, just really enjoying this book. All right, next up, I picked up Rob Liefeld, Major X. Look at those teeth. How many teeth does he have? Does he have 2 sets of canines? Liefeld, it's all of them. And I know that that's like a trope. Everybody knows that Liefeld draws too many teeth, but this cover is just screaming at you. Like, look at me, I'm Liefeld. So I picked this up. I don't like the style. This is like that 90s chaotic action style that I don't care for. I'm going to be honest. Liefeld is not my preferred artist or storyteller. Apparently he's pretty good at creating characters because everybody loves, Deadpool, who I don't remember who else he did, Domino Cable. I can't remember which ones he created, but they're cool and they're still going strong. But I don't know if this one's going to stick quite as well. It's not as interesting. It's not like, so far, he doesn't have any powers. He wasn't really that heroic other than being a decent fighter, I guess. Having an adamantium blade or whatever. So anyway, I could go into why this book is but I think that most people either love Liefeld and they're like, yeah, or they're like, yeah, I'll skip it. But it did sell out with going into a second print run. I think that Liefeld can do his thing, whatever. So now my least favorite book. This is War of the Realms. I got the Delato cover because I thought that this was a really cool Thor cover. And it is, man. It's the strokes and the painting of this looks awesome. I'm going to assume that's painting. I don't actually know how these artists make it, but I really liked this book on the shelf. It looked great, but I couldn't even get into it. I started reading it. I didn't finish it. It's thick, and probably it's a $6 book. It's probably I'm trying to think if for the size it's worth it. I don't know. But as a mega event, this one just kind of overwhelmed me, I guess. There were too many characters. There's no development at all. It's just, I don't know. So while I was traveling on my plane ride, I've been reading Thor God of Thunder, the trade paperbacks, and I've been getting through those. And book 3 is the kind of escape of Malekith from whatever prison he was in. And that whole story arc where they're chasing him and trying to find him. And this book obviously has to do with Malekith. I don't know exactly, but I saw him in there. I know that it's a part of this storyline. And so I kind of know what's built up to this, and I still just don't care. So, I mean, if that's because there are only a couple of Marvel characters that I actually care about, or if that's because it's not written well, I don't know. It's hard. I know that I've got some bias there, but cover's cool. I couldn't read it. If you read it and you think that there's something in there, let me know. I'll take a look at it and try to see if it's something that I actually care about. I couldn't get into Avengers No Road Home. I dropped Avengers shortly after. I just don't think I really like team books. I'm not really. I dropped Justice League. I dropped. I haven't dropped Guardians of the Galaxy yet. I'm still kind of hoping that Donny Cates does something really interesting with it. So far, I haven't seen that, but I just don't like team books. I think I don't like, I don't like these big books that go into all of the characters. So those are my nuke books. I got one other in the mail. So this is Detective Comics 1000. This is the Art Germ exclusive cover, I believe. And I love this cover. It was I pre-ordered it pretty early. I didn't get it straight from Art Germ's website because I missed that and it sold out. So I think it was only selling the 2 books together, this one and the more retro cover. I love the retro cover and I want it, but it's like $70 or $80 right now, and I've got to decide if that's what I'm going to get. And I'm also having trouble here. Like, I like this cover, but this may be the last one that I buy straight from Art Germ's store. And it's not because I don't like his art and I want a complete collection. It's because it kind of feels a little bit like what J. Scott Campbell does, where he makes his store's exclusives really complicated. And so if anybody's like a J. Scott Campbell completionist, they're going to be paying a ton of money. And it's not like it's that interesting of books. Like, he does the same, you know, line art and inks, and then just colors it differently, and or does little changes with the characters, you know. So this one's got Venom holding Mary Jane, and this one's got Spider-Man holding Mary Jane, and this one's got Spider-Man holding Gwen Stacy, and you know, that kind of stuff. Or there's even the one, what was it, with the Phoenix, where he's got the different costumes of the Phoenix, but they're all on the exact same body, and so it's just the exact same pose with you know, 5 different Phoenix costumes. Whatever, or Jean Grey costumes, I guess it's not Phoenix. But Artgerm, this book, I think the cover's awesome, and I really like the style of the retro one, but the retro is probably the same line art, just colored differently for the retro style. So if he goes that route and he's not doing new interesting stuff, I'm not gonna buy the Artgerm exclusives, which is kind of sad because I'm almost a completionist with what I've got of his, but I'm kind of getting to the point that I might be done with that. But I still will buy the cover price books, and if there's an exclusive that really stands out, I'll get it. But so that's my haul for the... Oh no, I've got one more book. So this is one other book that I picked up. This is a trade. This is Catwoman Volume 6, Final Jeopardy, and obviously this is an Adam Hughes cover here. And I picked this up at a bargain store, Ollie's, for $6. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. So I don't care too much about the story, but the Adam Hughes covers during this run were amazing, and they're very expensive, very hard to find. At least most of them are. Let me see. But the nice thing is that they're all in this book. This is actually one that I've seen in the wild. And they're all in this book in kind of virgin format. So I've been thinking that I may just slice those pages out, stick these in holders, and you know, then I've got the Adam Hughes covers. Now it's not like it's the valuable comic books or anything, but it's the art, which is pretty cool. So if those are covers that I'm going to stick out, that might be something interesting. But I mean, for $6, and I got, I think, 10 Adam Hughes covers, prints, virgin style prints. I mean, that's and some of these are really good. Let me see if I can find one. They're all, you know, within a few pages of here. But like, you know, and these no trade dress, no nothing. They're just fantastic. So this is a pretty cool book, pretty cool find. $6, couldn't do better than that. So that was a pretty good one that I found. So still trying to decide. I don't like how much space it takes up, so I'm not going to keep the book as it is. I'm either going to sell it or take those pages out and throw the rest away. Or maybe I'll let my kids use the extra comic book pages for their art projects or whatever. We'll see. But so that's my haul for the week. I had a lot of fun. I've been reading a lot of comics. I've been reading some trade paperbacks, trying to get my mythos built up. And so I've had a lot of fun with that. I think next week I've got a couple of things going on. I'm actually going to be in town, so I'm going to be here on New Comic Book Day. I purchased some Mylites to rebag some of my comic books. I'm trying to kind of make a more universal organization in my long boxes. And so I bought some of those. I think I'm gonna bag up some of my comic books, some of my Artgerm collection, and go through that a little bit. And I'll probably do that on video and chat about some of the things that are going on with comic books. And then let's see. I told you I'm gonna have another sweepstakes giveaway coming up here soon. So do like and subscribe to this video. That'll help you get the first notification when I do start the giveaway. Let me know if somebody can explain War of the Realms to me. I'll probably watch a video on it, but is it worth, you know, do I just need to push through this one, or is it an okay one to skip? I'd really be curious to hear what you have to say. I've got the book. Should I read through it all the way, or is it fine to skip it? Just let me know. I appreciate that. All right, and that's my phone jiggling. I hope that didn't mess up all of your sound. But this is my haul for the week. Thanks for watching, and have a good week.